Hey, what's going on, guys? Got some PO. Sorry I'm not doing Wi-Fi, but good lord, it's just so hard to find. It's so hard to test teams on Wi-Fi. I know I should be testing them on PO and then building them for Wi-Fi and playing on Wi-Fi, but honestly, the Wi-Fi Battle Finder guys keep forfeiting, keep DCing. On here, if they forfeit, I still get a win, and I can still show you guys what happened. Pretty soon here, I want to do a PO live. I know that it's kind of a popular thing, and it looks like it's a whole lot of fun, so I would really like to get your guys' input on that. So anyway, I got like 3 battles that I want to show you guys, so let's just jump right on in. I switched my name to that new guy for RU. Whoa, let's just... Oh! Okay, the story behind this one. I'm just like Battle Finder guy, just chilling, you know, doing my thing on the Battle Finder. All of a sudden, this man right here finds my name, clicks on it, and challenges me. I don't know if I know this man, but, I mean, it's not like I'm high up on the ladder or anything, so I don't really see why this man was looking for me. So anyway, let's talk about this lead, by the way. So when you get challenged, I had no idea that you don't get to choose your lead. Your lead is just whatever the hell is out there. The decent news is that it's my Crustal. The bad news is that it's always my Crustal. Crustal cannot handle weird things like Omastars coming in and shell smashing. If an Omastar shell smashes, this team, look at this team. If Scarf Typhlosion does not outspeed, I lose. So I am really freaked out by the thought of someone challenging me with some funny shit as a lead. So anyway, he brings me in and predicts the Stealth Rocks. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for the Rock Blast, predicting him to predict me to go for Stealth Rocks. Stay in because, you know, if I go for Stealth Rocks and he switches out, then if he doesn't have a spinner, which I can't tell what his team is, then his Moltres comes in and takes 50% damage. So, sends in Steelix. I hit the Rock Blast. I do 0. I had no idea you could do 0, but it equals 3%. I asked him no preview. I finally learned that there is no preview. So I'm gonna start setting up spikes. He toxics me. I don't mind. Crustal's just in here to do his job. So I'm just gonna set up every damn thing I can. He sets up his rocks. That sucks for my Galvantula, my Typhlosion, and my Beartick, but I do have my Hitmonchan to rapid spin. So I believe right here I just keep setting up spikes. I don't really have anything else in mind for this thing. I'm just going to keep setting up. I'm getting worn down, but I know this thing's in here for a reason. I figured it was going to Home Claws, so I just was going to go for Rock Blast, maybe hit it a few times. Find out that it's a sub-Durant. Now, this is great information because that means it is not the Life Orb set, that it's lefties, which means that it will not have quite the power it normally would. So I go into Scarf Typhlosion. He's going to predict the... Well, I hope he would predict the Eruption. It's too easy to go for anything else. So I go for Eruption, and look at that. That's resisted. Still does 33%. So I kill that off, and this is basically Typhlosion putting in work at this point in time. I don't know what he has on his team to take this. So I know he's going to fake out. I don't figure anything else needs to take any damage. I'm just going to click Eruption. Right here, he's obviously Flame Orb. That's fine. I'm going to switch out into my Uxie predicting the close combat because anything else is just... I mean, what else is he going to hit me with? You know, if he predicted this and went for like Payback or something, that would have been pretty good, but the chances of that happening are slim. So he retreats, bring his Steelix out, and that thing's getting hurt by spikes. I go for my Rain Dance. I do have a Swift Swim Beartick, who is about to put in shit tons of work. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. So I go for the U-turn on his Protect. That's just an extra turn of Rain gone that I can use. So I use Memento. And no one predicts Memento, and he goes for Toxic. So I believe I bring in my Hitmonchan right here. Just wanted to get rid of the hazards in case I need to switch my Beartic in and out. I know he's not going to want to reset his hazards, so that's no problem. And he can't really reset his hazards on my Hitmonchan because I'll just blast him. So right here, I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin. Get rid of them hazards. I am Life Orb. I want to get a Rapid Spin kill just to, you know, put that on the bucket list, but I doubt it's going to happen. That's no problem. So I'm just going to stay in, and I go for the Drain Punch here, and this does a fuck ton. And I mean like a fuck ton. It kills the Hariyama at 42%. I don't know how powerful Hitmonchan really is, or if that was min-max, but good lord, like, Hitmonchan is doing work at this exact moment. Kills that with the Mach Punch. So, I'm just trying to fodder it off the poison, but everything's kind of going my way. Hitmonchan's just punching the shit out of everybody. Hitmonchan giving no fucks today. It's great. So I go for Ice Punch. I predict this to be a defensive Vileplume. And if this was defensive, god damn Hitmonchan. Look at the damage. This thing does too much. So right here I was like, oh, I should go for Rapid Spin and get the kill. But after he gets it back, I know I'm not going to be able to do 15%. So I'm just going to go for Drain Punch. I don't know what he thought I was going to do, but I'm just going to Drain Punch. And I'm going to keep Drain Punching until I die off the Toxic. Finally die off the Toxic this turn. I've got a Galvantula to kill this thing. I've got a Typhlosion to kill this thing. And I have a Beartic who just lost his Rain. My sweeping Beartic no longer has Rain. But that's not a problem for me. I'm just going to go for the Icicle Crash. I honestly thought this would, oh, no, it does kill. Okay. I thought this was, there's another instance. I believe it's right here with this damn, no, this thing dies. Oh my god, this thing dies. Yeah, it dies off to hazards. Okay, now, this is what happens when you play too obvious. He brings in his Steelix, and I know that he has these 3 moves, okay? I don't know or care what his last move is. I'm going for Swords Dance, predicting the Protect to try and stall me for no reason. And that is exactly what happens. He goes for Protect. I'm not Toxic. I don't know what he was thinking. If I would have been sub, I would have just got a free sub, Swords, and then smashed him. But I just went for the Swords Dance here, and that's game. Beartic attack 525 at +1. That's after a subtracted. But look at his speed. It's so miserable. It's not even 200. Poor Beartic. So anyway, that's one of the battles. This battle is against my good buddy Phil, or GST, in this PO game. Now, do not knock the Pachirisu, okay? He likes to bring strange things, and honestly, I had no idea what to expect from this thing. He had previously mentioned before we battled that he had a Rain Dance Pachirisu. I thought he was joking. I thought it was a cute joke. I even wrote it down in my diary. But I find out right now... Oh, we're a little chat going on. I find out right here that he has T-Wave. So I Swords. I'm like, well, he's going to switch out. I'm threatening. And then he goes for Rain Dance. I just go for Iron Head because I figure it's a support set once he hit me with the T-Wave and Rain Dance. Right here I go for Sucker Punch. Pretty obvious play on my part. It's not a problem. But I do have a Paralyzed Bisharp, which means 25% chance that I cannot attack in a turn. So it brings in a Crawdaunt. Now, one of 2 things is going to happen right here. I thought that he was going to go for the Dragon Dance, so I stayed in anyway. He ends up going for Sub, and it pays off having Low Sweep, by the way. The move that people give me so much crap for having, and it ends up working out. At this point, I have to stay in. I'm pretty certain he's going to go for Crab Hammer. Why I didn't go for Sucker Punch, honestly, I don't know. I just kind of let this thing die. Damage is damage, guys, unless you're going to give it an attack boost or something. So I just let it die. I bring in Slow BRO. Now right here, what I'm trying to do is coax him into going for the crunch. Now what that's going to allow me to do is get a switch into Virizion with +1. Now, this thing already has pretty damn good special attack stats, and the type coverage that it has is pretty good. So I'm trying to trick him, because he's obviously not going for Crab Hammer. It's not going to do crap. It's resisted, and it's a slow BRO. So my plan goes perfect. He ends up going for crunch. I get my +1. Now right here, the obvious play on my part is to go for the close combat, seeing as I'm +1 now. I don't know his team, but the only types that resist are Ghost, which the main Ghost in this tier right now I believe is... No, this is Yu. The main Ghost in this tier is Mismagius. There are a lot of good Ghosts. Spiritomb. I thought he might switch into maybe a Ghost type to predict my close combat. Now I should have went for HP Ice, but it's okay because he actually goes into a Nidoqueen, and that thing gets fucked. Like, that thing gets hurt when it comes in. Now this is great for me. I'm just gonna keep going for Giga Drain. I have no reason not to at this point, except for the fact he has a fucking Tornadus. This thing scared the holy shit out of me. Now, I was surprised at this moment, okay? Most people run some type of choice Tornadus, and he gets me to think that he was choiced, I guess. I mean, the way he brought it in made me think, okay, he's going to be faster than me, he's going to kill me off, bam, and we'll work from there. I find out he's not, and that scares me more, just because it can switch up moves if it needs to. I just bring in my Zapdos, that's fine. I'm going to go right for the Discharge. He brings a Gastrodon in. Okay, this tier, what's going on here? Gastrodon is allowed in, like, he's an OU poke, I thought, but according to PO, it's not. So, I was like, well, he brought in a Gastrodon, but I'm not really scared of this thing. It can't really do much. It can Scald, it can Serve. I'm just going to go for the HP Grass, and this is why I carry HP Grass on my Zapdos. It does so much damage to things like this that do not expect it. Now, he's going to predict me to go for HP Grass again, which is not a bad idea. But I know that the HP Grass is too obvious, and I'm going for Discharge. I kill his Natus on the switch in. And from here, Zapdos outspeeds 2 of his pokes that I know of. And he reveals the last one, which is a Huntail, and he goes for Sucker Punch. Had that have been banded, that would have done a crap ton. That thing dies off. That's great. So from here on out, it's just Zapdos putting in work. HP Grass and Discharge for everyone. I had no idea that Gastrodon was in UU in any battle simulator or anything of the sort. So I was surprised to say the least when I saw that thing come out. I was like, holy shit, like, I don't know what this is. It could have been Specs, it could have been Lefties, it just could have been a lot of different things. Thankfully, it was a Rain Dance set, which is not a bad idea, seeing as he has a Natus on the team. His Gastrodon can benefit from that, his Crawdon can benefit, his Huntail. Like, everything on the team had a good water synergy for the rain. So, I just happened to make the right predictions at the right times. Now, Beartic hasn't really had the best time with me as far as getting a sweep off like I would want to. And this is not another battle to be trying to prove his own case. I want a Beartic sweep. I will sweep with Beartic, I promise you. So, let's get this going. He leads with his Persian. I go out with Galvantula. He has a lot of electric types on this team. I was gonna like Volt Switch on something. He ends up sending out the Persian. I know the Fake Out's coming. It's like, it's just too obvious a play. So, I believe I go for the Stealth Rocks right here. And what did I go for? Yes, I do go for my rocks. Now, I forget right here that this thing can learn Magic Coat. And I find out right now, well, first of all, I find out they have Toxic, and I start getting pissed, because I'm like, dude, Bastiodon's, and then he starts roaring, and I'm like, no, he has so many different support moves. Now this is where I'm like, wait, he doesn't have any attacks, so I'm going to start setting up spikes in his face. Now, this, I believe, is when he Toxic's my freaking, oh my lord. He's poisoning my whole team right now. He's already poisoned 2 of 16. That is 1/3 of my entire team. This is when he reveals the Magic Coat, and I'm like, fuck. I just set up spikes on myself, but I do still have my Hitmonchan. I'm not really that scared. So I figure he's gonna go for the Rock Blast, or the Magic Coat, so I go for the Rock Blast. Or I also thought he might switch out or something. I didn't predict him to want to stay in with this thing, and I keep going for Rock Blast, and he roars me out into my Galvantula. Now this is cool because I'm in with Galvantula. This sucks because I'm taking a bunch of damage. Now, I run HP Ground on my Galvantula. A lot of people run HP Ice. I don't know what other HPs they're running, but I'm running Hidden Power Ground because of this right here. Bastiodon is an annoying little prick, and I needed that thing out of my damn face. So he brings in the Persian. I'm still expecting it to fake out. I don't mind taking the damage with my Crustle, but I'm realizing that the spikes are kind of adding up. I'm going to have to get my Hitmonchan in here at some point on a free switch. And I think right here, because I know he doesn't have like a Magic Bouncer or anything else, I think I set up some more hazards. And, oh, okay, yeah, this is when he brings in his own Hitmonchan, and I end up going for X-Scissor. I'm not sure why I did that. I'll look at his team and tell you, no, I don't know, I was just looking to get some stab damage. This is when he reveals he's Bulk Up, and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is a new set for me. Let's see what you got. I'm going to bring in my own Hitmonchan. He's just going to keep setting up Bulk Ups, and he's going to Drain Punch. I think at one point I allowed this man to get up to +2. He's already at 508 and 423. That's scary ass damage. So what I want to do right now is possibly set up my Rain and go for Memento. And I believe I just go for the Rain Dance right here. Yeah. I didn't want to over-predict and go for Memento and have him switch out and have my Uxie die for nothing. So now is when I use the Memento. I switch out to see what he's going to do, and he goes for Acrobatics. This is good information because I know he's the Unburdened set now. So I'm going to bring in Beartick, and I outspeed at this point in time. I believe I'm, look at that, 398 speed, powered. So he brings back his Drifblim. I believe I go straight for the Icicle Crash right here. Yeah, I didn't want to play around anymore because it's not smart to go for Swords with when he has all these things that can fake out. So he brings in the Electrode. I'm like, well, I'll just Icicle Crash and kill it, except for the fact that it doesn't kill, but yes, there it is. There it is. The flinch. So right here, I put my fist in there. I'm going to get my sweep. I'm going to get my sweep right now, and I miss, but he ends up going for the Charge Beam. I am unsure as to why you would go for Charge Beam at this point when you have a rampaging Beartick in your face. Beartick is not to be fucked with by any Pokemon. So his Hitmonchan comes in. I already know his Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and he has hazards up on my side. I didn't expect Bullet Punch, but I expected Mach Punch. Now, I'm not knocking the use of Bullet Punch, but I don't think you get any real extra coverage running Bullet Punch. He critted me, but I doubt that probably didn't matter. That's a Life Orb Hitmonchan. So anyway, he goes for Bullet Punch. I Thunder, and I believe it's at this point that I just keep thundering everything. I'm Choice Specs Galvantula. I'm just going to hit 90% accurate thunders all goddamn day, and this man just is going to have to quit. So that was that. Beartick got a little rampage going, though. Made me happy. Alright, how much time do I have? Alright. I'll make sure I squeeze this last one in. I like to give you guys 3 or 4 battles. I don't like doing the one battle. I mean, I battle enough throughout my day to where I can supply you guys with decent amounts of battles. The quality, like I said, is up to you guys. What one man may consider a good battle, one man may consider a bad one. So looking at the team, he's got Golurk, Durant, Executor, Omastor, Sheldon, and Rapidash. Now, one thing I notice here is that Golurk is not going to be one-hit KO'd by my lead. This sucks because my Typhlosion is my lead. And I knew nothing on my team would one-hit KO this thing, barring maybe my Beartic if I can get it in. Now, this is a really weird and bad matchup for me, because if I go for the Eruption or HP Grass and it does not die, an Earthquake can easily take me out. So I'm like, well, I need to get out of here against this thing. I thought I should have led with Crustle at first, but I did not want that Omastar coming in. I have HP Grass, so I would have scared it out, and we could have just kind of went from there. So, he leads with his Golurk. I'm predicting Rocks right here on my switch out. Now, this is a weird, and it's an okay play. He switches into his Rapidash. I believe Rapidash does have Flash Fire. Now, that's fine, because the Eruption could have been obvious, but I was not going to play games with a Golurk. I just wasn't. So right here, I go straight for the Stealth Rocks for once. Normally I go for Rock Blast, because most people predict Stealth Rock the first turn you're in. So I find out he's Hustle Durant. Now, right here I wasn't paying attention. I had no idea this thing was Leftovers. So I keep like trying to guess what item he is this whole battle. And I'm like, maybe he's that sub-variant that I fought yesterday. So I just keep hoping that it's not, because that's a scary set. If I miss, and by the way, I end up missing my Rock Blast here, so that scared me a bit. Now, this battle is going awfully fast, thanks to pressing that one button. So, after these 2 or 3 turns, we're just Rock Blast, Iron Head, Rock Blast, Iron Head. Oh, this was fantastic, by the way. He flinched me. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm only doing 5 or 6% per hit. But 5 or 6% is something that one of my other pokes doesn't have to do to it. So it's not like it doesn't matter. So he goes for the Iron Head, kills me off. Crustle kind of did his job. I bring in my Galvantula to scare this thing off. I wanted to go for the Volt Switch, but I go for that HP Ground. Now, this is where having HP Ground does suck on my Galvantula. I should have brought in my Typhlosion, but it would have baited the Rapidash too hard, and I really didn't want to do that, because I don't know what that Rapidash has at this point. And it could be some weird set in Sweet 19. I haven't studied the tier too much, so forgive me for not knowing every single thing. So, I bring in Yuxi. You guys know what this thing's for by now. Rain Dance, Memento. And he ends up getting a crit on this, Sex Scissor. That sucks. I wanted the Memento. Go out, get in my Beartic, and just start smashing things. Beartic could have swept this team if that crit wouldn't have happened. So anyway, he's in, and I'm just going to go for Thunder. Now, the best play he could have done was switch into Golurk. Golurk is pretty much the most solid thing his team has for me, and he knows I don't have HP Ice. But I think he was fearing the Giga Drain, and that was a pretty smart play. I switch out and bring in my Hitmonchan. He goes for Curse. This really fucking threw me off guard. He's a no-guard Curse set, and he has Protect. Curse does too much damage per turn, but that's fine. We all know what Curse does. Now right here I debated switching out, but I realized he's at 9%. Okay, so I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch, and he ends up switching out. Now I couldn't have gone for Drain Punch because, well, Golurk's immune. I would have liked to have made this prediction, but the last thing I want to do is get popped because I made the wrong prediction and lose a Pokemon before I need to lose it. So, right here, he comes in and X Scissors and misses. If you didn't want to miss, don't use Hustle Durant. That's really the only thing I can say. Like, the power is nice, but the accuracy sucks. And if you're going to run Hustle, run Home Claws. Let's resume. I Drain Punch, and I live on 2% from that last Curse. That is awesome. that means I'm going to get an extra 30% damage on this thing. But he's getting his health back pretty quickly. I don't want to play around. I believe right here, I send out my Typhlosion, and it's pretty much click the win button from here. He has nothing that wants to take hits, except for the Shogun. Now, this sucks because I wait for the HP grass, predicting his go lurk for no reason. So, I bring in my Bear Tick. I believe the rain is still up. I'm going to go straight away for the Icicle Crash. Does not do a bad amount of damage considering that it was resisted. He's going to go for Surf, not kill me. That's fantastic. I'm going to go for Superpower, smash him. Now, I would have liked to have switched out here and kind of preserved Bear Tick, but I don't think he has rocks up. Man, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I know I should. It's very unprofessional, but oh well. So I'm just gonna bring in my my Typhlosion, and I think it's at this point I just realized I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna go for the eruption on everything. I'm at 100% health. Typhlosion has great special attack, and his Shogun's gonna take damage every time it comes in. I find out this does almost 40% damage. That's probably max, but he's not gonna recover with leftovers because he's Eviolite, and I'm gonna destroy this Executor with an eruption. There's no way in hell that thing's living. All he has left is his Durant, and he forfeits. So, that's the game. I've already showed you guys the team. If you like it, drop a comment, all that fun stuff. You guys know what to do. So, like it, hit it, subscribe, and rate it. Let me know what you guys think of my battles, my teams, my narrations, my giveaways, whatever you guys want to talk about, go for it. I'm going to be posting maybe another video this week, hopefully. So, thank you guys for watching so much. I now have 53 subscribers. I'm very, very humbled by that. That means that there are 53 people in the world that think I'm fairly interesting. If you're only subscribing for the giveaways, that's fine. But if you're bored, please check out my battles. They can be pretty damn entertaining sometimes, and sometimes my narrations are really good. Sometimes, I always think my narrations are alright, though, for someone who does them all in one take. So, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and all that stuff, and I'll catch you guys later.